What's up, cousins? I know it's been a while, but your girl had to take a couple of days off and get this house together. And yeah, just try to make this place feel like a home. I finally cooked. I was so tired of eating out. I am so sick of eating out and DoorDashing. DoorDashing has taken so much of my check, it ain't even funny. But I finally cooked. I cleaned my house before, but I had like a cleaning service, but I needed to put my own special touch, my own special candle. So I was finally able to do that. Mop with the smells I like to mop with, all that, and just get settled. So I had to take some time to do that. I experienced my first Karen today. That was fun. We were getting our driveway but one thing that we made sure of is that we did not move into an HOA, and we didn't, but sometimes when you move in subdivisions, people still kind of try to run it like a HOA, and I'm never subscribing to that. So yeah, I had to tell the Karen to kick rock. She tried to come over and say, we like to communicate about what we have going on. No, lady, I got a job and I'm not a stay-at-home mom. No diss or nothing to the stay-at-home moms out there, but I don't have time to be caring about what you're doing in your house. Don't care about what's going on in mine. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I did, as usual, collect story times for you guys because I'm nosy and I'm always still looking at what's interesting to play and talk about. So, and yet I'm always still looking for this stupid Twitter app when I know good and well Elon changed it. So let's see what's going on. Bulgaria's black bear in California is responsible for at least 21 home break-ins. I bet he wouldn't be welcome into a homeless owners association. A man in a shallow 12-foot fishing boat that ended up taking on water was found alive over the weekend after spending nearly 2 days on the ocean off Florida. Look at that. Sandra Bullock's longtime partner, Brian Randall, has died at the age of 57 after fighting ALS. I never knew she had a partner. Prosecutors are asking the judge to hand down 13 years to Tory Lane, who was convicted of 3 felonies: assault with a semi-automatic firearm and having a loaded unregistered firearm in a vehicle. So he's supposed to be sentenced, but I think they push it off till tomorrow, which I'm so ready. I'm so tired of this case. It's over a year old. Zoom is telling people to come back to work. They're addressing privacy concerns in response to a new language included in the app's term of service. It says the company will not use customers' data without their consent. But they also had a lot of at-home workers, and they told them to come back to work. Georgia has heightened security ahead of possible Trump charges. Wayne Brady is open up about his sexuality, says he's pansexual. DeSantis is predicting success in his presidential run. I think once they eliminate Trump, he could do better. I think as long as Trump lingers around, he's not. More than 30 police officers in Georgia County have been arrested over the past 3 years, mostly on charges of smuggling drugs. Police is broke. They gotta keep making money. Broadway actor Clifton Oliver, best known for playing Simba in Lion King, has died at age 47. Wow. A man who officials say kidnapped and held that woman in the makeshift cell in Oregon appeared on Judge Judy in 2018. It's crazy how a lot of killers appear on TV. Isn't that wild? It's like they're destined to show up again. Let's see what else we got. Elon Musk says he'll pay the legal bills for individuals who get in trouble at work for their tweets. We'll see how true he is with that. Because it's like, Elon, are you really gonna do that? So this lady that was missing in Georgia, mother of four, the husband is being charged with murder. Donnell Anderson was taken into custody by a SWAT team on Friday night at the apartment in Atlanta. He was charged with murder, malice, and aggravated assault and possession of a firearm. Amani Robinson, 29, was last seen July 16th in Conyers after leaving her mother's house with two of her children. Two of their children decided to spend the night with their grandmother. Her mother went to the house following day after she had not heard from her. After being unable to locate her daughter, she filed a missing person report. Her car was found burned up in the wooded area on July 27. The family provided a ring camera from a neighbor to news outlets that showed the vehicle pulling out of the driveway at a high rate of speed. Cadaver dogs located a body matching her description on Friday. The location where the body was found was not made public. Throughout the course of the investigation, police received information that pointed to Anderson as a prime suspect. During a press conference, police said it is likely that there is another suspect. This investigation is still ongoing and can assure you that another arrest will be made. Crazy. Yeah. Since I'm kind of behind in the news, I don't want to go too far back, and I got like a lot of story times I want to play you guys. Barbie is doing good. It's made $1 billion, although I still have no desire to see that. I wasn't a Barbie girl growing up. It was never my thing. Kanye West is in Rome with his new wife. He's been quiet, so there's that. Let's see what Reddit is talking about. What is the most unattractive thing a woman has said to you? I went out on a date with a woman. While we were talking, she coughed a lot and then she said, "Sorry, I've been smoking too much Oxy lately." We did not see each other after that. It was funny. I wouldn't have married you if I knew it was a possibility you would experience depression. Whoa, wow. She didn't take her vows seriously. Asking to borrow money after having sex. Before, she was telling me how she likes to do cocaine at work because it's similar to coffee and helps her with her job, and explaining that it isn't a problem. She was a social worker, specifically worked with marginalized women who were addicted to drugs. Well, she learned from them, right? I liked you before I changed you. If you were a real effing man. She came hard at you, brother. Was dating a girl and we were about to get it on. Told me I shouldn't worry about a condom because I've had so much cum in me. That's hilarious. Some dude might have liked it though, because she said that for a reason. Men whose ex got married before you did, how did you feel? I don't care. She's an ex for a reason. You should feel a bit of amusement knowing the guy's now married to a cheater that you've banged. Guess he thinking she'll probably cheat on him too. Yeah, I mean, people are exes for a reason. That was kind of a, what do you call those questions? What is your controversial dating opinion? Dating is only fun for people with certain personality traits, but that doesn't mean that people who don't enjoy dating would make bad life partners. I think some people who enjoy dating make terrible partners because of their personality traits, while some who hate dating would make great life partners. Yeah, I mean, dating's only fun for a little while, then it starts to get boring. Absent online dating are the worst things to happen to dating. It turns out meeting people and just shopping for them like you're comparing prices on a grill. Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if you can meet people the old-fashioned way, but everybody's overworked or not out anymore. So online really is the only way, unfortunately. I really, really don't want anyone to touch me on a first date. It's normal and natural to have preferences regarding someone's physical appearance. When we're looking for a romantic partner, also, it's not a bad thing or evil to not be attracted to somebody's traits. True that. How do you feel about being awakened in the middle of the night for oral sex? That's kind of crazy. Somebody said I'm single, so this was scaring the crap out of me. If my wife wants to wake me up like that, yeah, men would be cool with it. Women, yeah, right. Would love it if my wife woke me up like that. However, if I tried that on her, she would not be happy. Exactly. Let's get into these story times because I got a lot I want to play you guys. So let's go ahead and jump in.
See, I knew there was something up with Blac Chyna switching over to Christianity. So let's go down the rabbit hole because the story that I'm about to tell you is so absolutely insane. Let's begin. So it starts off with this content creator by the name of Ruby. She goes by Ruby Lana, but on TikTok she's known as Ruby. Now the last time Ruby had posted on her TikTok page was June 24th. But yesterday, she posted this video that led me to a very long YouTube video about her conversion to Christianity. And the details she highlights in that video are absolutely disturbing, so we're going to have to go through it bit by bit. And before we get to those videos, let's also start off on her Instagram page. Now, on Ruby's Instagram feed, she happens to follow these two apostles. And when I went to the apostles' pages to see who they were following, it turns out they're actually following Blac Chyna, which I thought was a little bit strange. But at the same time, though, I'm like, they're apostles, and she's a converted Christian, so maybe there's some correlation there. But that's not all. These other two pages, this one here by the name of Free Him Now, which is the name of the church, also follows Blac Chyna. And now remember, back in May, Blac Chyna stated that she was going to open up a new church. So it's interesting to see if this is the church that she was referring to, or if she's going to build her own. But needless to say, now let's get into that YouTube video that Ruby had posted.
Things like I would buy things off Amazon that I didn't even need to buy. Like it wasn't until the Lord asked Apostle Berthel to ask me about my finances I had currently that things started to unfold. Like I would always spend compulsively, and it's like I didn't even know where my money would go. Like I would check my account and I would be like what is this purchase and what is this purchase? So we started digging deeper and looking into like, where did the money go? Like, where did the money go that the Lord provided for you? Because the Lord wanted me to use this money that I had left towards me moving to Florida, to use it diligently, to use it, towards, somewhere to stay, certain things for the move. It wasn't until that moment till I realized how poor I was at managing my finances.
So Ruby started off the video by stating that this church reached out to her actually on social media. She actually didn't even know who they were. And after a little bit of convincing, they started digging into her finances, which I think is also strange. She said the mass majority of her income came from TikTok, and the church told her to separate herself from her only source of income, and in turn, start funneling your money straight to the church themselves. But that's not all. In part 2, we're going to get into the statements that her uncle had made to her in regards to the church, as well as the church telling her to block all of her family members and moving her out of Chicago.
So, of course, I'll have to play part 2 of that, but that is strange. I know that she was saying that Blac Chyna did the same thing. I know Blac Chyna removed her implants, did all this body transformation, and kind of the same thing. She's deleting her social media, but which people like this are ripe for the picking when it comes to these cults and these churches and stuff like that. Not saying that that's the case, but these people always seem like they need some kind of direction or something like that. Let's see.
he's not gay. You know, we've been covering Dwight Howard for quite some time. This is the third lawsuit that has been filed against him by a male accuser claiming that they're being coerced into having gay male relations with him and other people. I can say allegedly all day, but this ain't the first person that has come to me or to the authorities about Dwight's underground parties, sex parties. He loves trans women. His son is in therapy for touching on little boys without their permission. Where do you think he's getting it from? This latest lawsuit, I'm going to say this, it's bullshit. It's utter bullshit. Now, the one with Massine is definitely real because he used intimidation and coercion and basically tried to silence him. So this is similar to that, but it just didn't go like that. So when I seen that he was facing another lawsuit, I said, oh, okay, well, this is right up his alley. I'm not shocked. It's another man coming out saying that they was forced to do group sex or being put in situations where they felt like they was unsafe and things like that. But when I read through it, I was like, I don't know if this one's gonna stick, okay? And I just have to be honest like that. I can't just assume just because he did this twice, this is a third time, okay? Because if these are the receipts that he's gonna go with, if these are the receipts that he's talking about, these receipts are not receipting at all, okay? Dwight says, you and ATL, we play today. Talking about basketball. And then Harper says, yeah, I stay in Atlanta, been doing some modeling here in Chicago. And word, that's what's up. Good luck, sexy. And then Dwight says ATL in Philly. Then he also goes on to say Harper with the tongue emoji. And Dwight says, damn. And then he comes back with another, emoji. And he goes, you have some shots? And this is Dwight asking the guy. I don't, but I can make you some personal ones, though. And then Dwight says, I want to see your dick. And then Harper says, I got you, sexy. Sends a video. Dwight says, LOL ops, I want it. And Dwight says, you just have to leave before everyone wakes up. And then Dwight says, yes, I'm into freaky shit. Now I want you to know, I'm not gay or anything. I'm just a little nasty and sometimes I don't want to offend you. Dwight says, you wanna have a threesome? And then the boy says, with who? And is that what you want? And then Dwight says, a dude or a girl. They can't come till after 4. The guy says, I'm already 30 minutes away. So he's saying the first time that he's met with Dwight, according to these text messages, Dwight asked him if he wanted to come over. He ain't gay, but he wants some dick. He got to be gone for the sun get up. Then while he on his way over, he said, you want to have a threesome? Asked him, do you want to have a threesome? The guy said, with who? He said, a girl or a guy. He says, but I'm on the way. So obviously, he should have said, no, I don't want to have a threesome. I just want to. Dwight loves group sex, allegedly. But I don't see how he coerced you and assaulted you. He asked. Hell, Charlamagne don't even do that. This nigga asked. He learned from the first two that sued his ass. But y'all gonna keep filing lawsuits on this motherfucker to make him settle out of court, which, I mean, ain't a bad idea. Because he don't like being gay.
Dwight Howard does have a track record. And I did see this video where he so-called was toughening his son up on some treadmill and hitting his chest. And it's like, my thing with people like that, just come out the closet. Because I feel like when you hide this fake whatever you are, you kind of like inflict harm on people around you. Just live in your truth, whatever that might be. Just leave the kids alone. That's all I be saying. Leave the kids alone. Let's see what else we got here, y'all. My nieces hit me up for some school shoes. They know how to hit their auntie up, let me tell you. They smart though. I wish I had an auntie I could hit up for stuff.
So, while y'all were being distracted by the Tupac investigation and the Donald Trump bullshit, Africa just did a major power move. They just banned American money on their continent. They destroyed the American embassy in Sudan. They just destroyed the French embassy, right? Because they had told France fuck y'all. You're gonna have to figure it out yourself. You know, France used to get $600 billion a year from Africa. This is why Africa poor. Africa is feeding the world. But no, Africa said enough is enough. They have banned American money on their continent, right? They don't even want American money, which means that America cannot buy the necessities that they need. What do you think all the gold, the diamonds, the lithium, the petroleum, the platinum that goes in your car that helps your car run better? Where do you think all that shit come from? That shit come from Africa, bruh. The greatest country in the world produces its own mineral, which is Africa. Africa just told France, we're giving you nothing, no more. You want to see global the population? It's about to happen. It's about to happen because all these countries that talk bad about Africa really depends on Africa for their country to run. Like America. America heavily depends on Africa. They buy, now Africa said, we don't want your money. We don't want to trade with you or nothing, right? Yeah, and I like Putin, man. I blame it on Putin. Putin, you a good dude, man. You the leader of the new world. You helping these people move forward. Now, Russia, China, Iran, Brazil, and India has all created what is called a super PAC. So now America can't go over there and rob Africa no more because guess what they say? Guess what their new motto is now? You touch one of us, you touch all of us. And see, that's how you get shit done. You got to come together, right? So here's what's going to happen in America. You're going to have to figure out one or two things. You're going to either pack your fucking bags and get the fuck out of this country because this country is going down the tank real quick. Or you're going to fucking learn how to fish and farm, right? You're going to have to learn how to feed your own family. Because if the trucks can't bring you food, you're going to have to get out there and learn how to grow some food. I'm just saying, stay up, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open. It's coming, bro. It's coming.
My passport is good for a few more years. We'll see what happens. I don't know what this is weird. I mean, it's not weird. I mean, we've been knowing that they're farming the BRICS thing or whatever. But I know America, they're not going to go belly up as far as money. But they'll figure out something. It is interesting. It is a time to, pray. I ain't even gonna say watch your money invest. I mean, because really, just pray and depend on God. Because, I mean, honestly, only God can provide at this point. There are so many people saying so many different things. I mean, I know we're trying to get in good with Taiwan, who makes some of the things that we need. And it's just a bunch of mess going on. That's why I said, you just got to pray. Because all these leaders are liars and thieves. That is fact. That is definitely fact.
Angela, who are you? Yeah.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Kato Media, and just when you thought it couldn't get crazier, man, it really does. So, we gotta hop right into this story, man. A manager at a Pennsylvania Wendy's invented a fake employee and pocketed wages of $20,000, man. Come on. It says the ex-manager of Pennsylvania Wendy's made up a fake employee to pocket extra wages. This is what the police say. She manually clocked the ghost employee in and out for 128 shifts. Man, if this story don't get crazy, if this story ain't crazy, come on, man. Like, I want to get y'all honest feedback. Like, how do y'all feel about this whole situation, right? So, let's dive right in. It says a former general manager of a Wendy's restaurant in Pennsylvania, who police said made up a fake employee so she could pocket their wages, has been charged with theft by deception. You have Linda Johnson, who created a ghost employee named William Bright, whom she clocked in and out at the outlet she managed in Lancaster. It says the Manheim Township Police Department said last week. Johnson kept up with the scheme for close to a year, during which time she manually logged 128 shifts for the fake worker, who was paid $19,898 between June 2021 and May last year. Multiple employees said they could not recall ever working with someone called Bright. In April, Johnson admitted to the police officer that she added Bright as an employee and created shifts he didn't work. This is what the police said. Police also said that the paychecks were deposited into her Cash App account. Not the Cash App account. Like, this is what it's coming to? Let's continue on, man. It says the restaurant's insurer paid out almost $16,000 for the incident. Lancaster Online reported. Johnson was charged with 1 count of theft by deception on July 7th, and a criminal case was filed a week later. At the time of the Manheim Township Police Department release on July 20th, Johnson's whereabouts were unknown, and the department made an appeal to the public for any information. Wendy's didn't immediately respond to a request for a comment from Insider made outside normal working hours. Man, what do y'all think about this situation, man? I mean, you got a individual that's been working and they not even that individual. I got a funny story to tell, right? And I know this scamming stuff goes way beyond what we can see, but I remember working this one particular job, man, and this girl that I worked with, she was actually working under a fake name. And I guess she had got locked up for scamming, credit card, all that stuff they do with the credit cards. But it was so crazy because, like, I think a week later they found out that it wasn't really her, and they let her go. But that's just so crazy how, like, the boldness of a person to just go to work and just clock in and just treat it like, hey, I really work here, when you really don't. And I feel like that would create paranoia with me every day. Like, is this my last day? Will they really find out, like, I'm not this person on this? And you got some of these companies, man, they don't really do a hard background check on a lot of things. So you have people working at these companies.
It's Wendy's, big homie. It's Wendy's. She got $16K off Wendy's. Wendy's will survive.
The guy is just really on his feelings, which I understand him. Don't nobody want his wife to leave him for the guy across the street. I understand that. She's been out the house for 4 months. She's been with me even before she left the house. She was sleeping alone for 7 months. You know what I'm saying? He just had it manipulated because she got no papers. He didn't tell you that. Yeah. Her license is, she got no social, no nothing. So he had her tied up since he brought her from Venezuela. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So she was afraid of all the immigration problems and all that problem.
It's unfortunate.
That's what he's doing.
And you know what, sir? It's super unfortunate.
¿Cuánto tiempo tú tienes que no vives en la casa?
Hace 4 meses y medio.
Okay, so ¿y los 4 meses la niña está con él? O? No. They were her. Okay. They were her. Él se la da. Todo está viendo bien una semana. Exacto, mira, lo que pasa con él es que yo vivo al frente. Come on. I know. Put it together. You understand? Put it together.
Ahorita me está chantajeando con eso, me manipula con las niñas.
Entonces está diciendo cosas que son mentiras, que uno hace, que nosotros. Mira, ayer llamó la amiga y la niña, mamá, que queremos ir contigo, mamá, queremos ir contigo. Es lo que están también buscando, como que yo me busco un proyecto, ¿sabes? Yo nunca voy a buscar, nunca.
Mire, ahí vive el papá de las niñas. Yo tengo a mi dos hijas. El papá me las tiene escondidas.
Ok, pero ¿las hijas viven a dónde? En esa casa ahí.
Yes.
You live in this house.
Sí, yo tengo mi casa, pero yo vivo con mi novio, casualidad que cosa de la vida vive aquí.
Okay, so tell me what happened. So let me explain. What he's doing, so you see that the gentleman lives across the street, okay? What he's doing is completely on purpose, completely illegal. The mother has custody, because I've been to child support. I have 3 children, 3 different mothers. I know how it works. So what he's doing, they came to a verbal agreement that you take it 1 week yes, 1 week no.
So I don't know what they were saying, but basically she left her husband for the dude across the street and moved in with him.
Imagine murdering and eating your little brother's privates. Trigger warning for extremely graphic descriptions. In April of 2019, neighbors heard screaming coming from a home in São Roque, Brazil. 18-year-old Karina Rogue was left in charge of watching her brother Macon, who was 5, while their mother went out for the day to run errands. When the mother got home, the door was locked and she asked the kids to open it. However, Karina refused. This is when the mother called her brother, who lived nearby, to come and get inside the house. He managed to bust the door open, but was stunned when he saw what was inside waiting for them. Serious trigger warning once again, because this victim is 5. Once the uncle and mother were inside, Karina became extremely violent and started throwing things and hitting them. When she was finally restrained, she even bit their family dog, who had turned on her. Macon's body was found surrounded by black candles. His eyes had been pierced, his wrist had been cut, the bottom of his feet had been burned, and his privates were cut off. Karina admitted that once her mother left, she told her little brother to come into her room to play games. This is when she took a pillow and suffocated him. She then attempted to remove his head, but failed and only did half of it. After torturing his body, she then removed his privates and ate them. According to loved ones, there was no reason to suspect that she was ever violent or had any issues up until this point, because there was never an incident leading up to this. In fact, her and her little brother got along really, really well, and she would always tell her mother that she would do anything to protect him. During an evaluation, Karina was diagnosed with schizophrenia. She was sent to a psychiatric hospital where it's believed she still remains, according to the last few articles I was able to find on the case. Macon was buried on April 5th, and the family never returned back to that home after this incident, which I don't even blame them, because I don't think I could ever step foot inside that home again either. Let me know your thoughts down below on this case, but please always remember to be respectful. These are real people, real victims, real cases.
Wild.
Tonight, the FBI says a woman held captive in a homemade cinder block cell in a home in Oregon, breaking free with her own bloodied hands. The door opening from the outside to that cell. The FBI says she has escaped a serial rapist. They're now looking for more victims across at least 10 states, from California all the way to New York. Here's ABC's chief national correspondent Matt Gutman tonight.
Tonight, the FBI says a young woman fought tooth and nail to free herself from this cinder block cell to escape from a man they allege is a serial rapist.
The woman fought for her life, beating the doors and the walls of the cell with bloodied hands.
The FBI naming 29-year-old Nagasi Zuberi as the suspect, saying he had many other aliases, but whose career as an alleged predator living in plain sight began to unravel in Seattle on July 15th when he is accused of posing as a police officer. He kidnapped a prostitute. According to the complaint, Zuberi drove her 450 miles to his home in Klamath Falls, Oregon. They say he then locked her in this makeshift cell, cinder blocks, a naked light bulb, that hardback chair, and some water.
He had actually locked her in there for a couple hours at least, until she realized that she needed to get out of that residence because her life was in danger.
So they said she decided to fight.
When she was trying to escape the cell itself, she had repeatedly punched it with her own hands, and she had several lacerations along her knuckles.
Through her perseverance, she broke free and waved down a passing motorist, asking for their help to call 911.
The next day, officials capturing Zuberi in this Walmart parking lot in Reno, Nevada. The complaint saying there was a standoff, Zuberi in the car with his children.
It's actually quite common for serial offenders to become more violent as they move along. The fantasy and obsession become much greater. To fulfill it, they have to become more violent.
Authorities already recovering these disturbing handwritten notes. In one, he jotted, "Dig a hole straight down 100 feet. Another, entitled Operation Takeover, describes what appear to be best practices for a kidnapping, including make sure they don't have a bunch of people in their life. You don't want any type of investigation. David, investigators say the suspect has been linked to at least 4 other violent sexual assaults in 4 states. They say that they know he's lived in 10 states since 2016, and they fear that there might be many additional victims out there. That's why the FBI is asking anybody with information to contact them. David.
Just a horrific story tonight. Matt Gutman. Matt, thank you.
So I talked about this last week, and I remember when the neighbor said he helped her fix something at her house or something.
So Tisha Campbell is still in court. She's saying that her estranged hubby used a loan Jada in an alleged bankruptcy scam. Like I said, this is old news or whatever because I told y'all, like, Tisha didn't even know who owned her house. Tisha had no idea that Dwayne had went to his alleged lover and asked for a loan to buy the house so that Will bought the house and then, you know, own the house while, because he couldn't afford, they had both got fired from their sitcoms and stuff, and he was living above their means and everything like that. But nobody spoke to her because they didn't have to speak to her because obviously, you know, when two lovers are discussing finances, it has nothing to do with anybody outside of that relationship. And so these two have been best friends for quite some time. They've taken trips together. Lisa Ray is still mad about the trips. And Tisha Campbell feels that Will Smith took her husband. So much so, he helped Dwayne to hide money. Will loan the money or something like that. And then he said that the money was a loan, so he didn't have to include it into the bankruptcy, but it really wasn't a loan because it was money from his actual lover. And so as a result, you know, she's still online making videos like this. Let's go.
Oh, this is not good at all. I look like my man left me.
All that time, Martin was going at Pam. I don't know who Tisha's friend is, but somebody got to tell her. You got to let this go, okay? Those are some strong allegations, okay? For you to say Will doesn't help move money so that he cannot claim it in a bankruptcy, just not give it to you because he was in love. Moving on.
I refuse to believe this story that Will Smith is on the download, but I just don't know. These Hollywood people are so weird.
It's hard for me to speak out on this, but when you have a mother that does not even believe their own daughter right here, that's a serious problem to me. And it's a problem in the black community because I'm voicing to you that your husband was inappropriate with me. And why do you not believe that?
You're lying. Quit lying.
I'm lying? Why am I finna lie to you about that?
You stay lying coming from my child.
This has happened for years, y'all. I come in this. Y'all see this?
Coming from my child is always.
You really taking up to know him for a long time. And it don't even matter. I get out of class, when I get out of everything, I feel so uncomfortable in this house. And she want to sit up here and take up for this man. Like, you're disgusting. Both of y'all are.
I have to go get pregnant, take her there. You're my mom.
Y'all know how hard this is for me to even believe this because this man, I have to come in my home with my mama that's supposed to love me, and you want to sit here for him. Why would I lie, y'all? Why would I lie? Why?
You want to stay lying.
Like, I'm shaking right now, y'all, because this makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. And she want to sit here and justify it. You are sad. You a sad and disgusting human being. I swear to God. I don't even look at you as no mother. I don't even look at you as a mother. This man times, y'all. I can get out.
You can get out.
So you gonna put me out over this dirty man that I'm
on you, T. He don't like you. This is your second time doing this. Your second time.
This is what I gotta go through, y'all. This is what I gotta go through. I gotta go through a mother that don't believe their own daughter. She birthed me, and you wanna treat me like this, your own blood. I would never do nothing like that to nobody. I got been through this. I got friends, and you my mama. You are my mama. Don't even come over. I don't even want to touch you. Get away from me.
You and your video could go. How about that?
Now you want me? You know what?
How about that? Because you're always doing.
I swear to God.
It's your fault.
It's your fault. Get in my face. Keep energy with the time, y'all. All the time.
That's stressful. I don't know. I mean, she is an adult and it's messed up because you don't want to, I don't know her financial situation, but I wouldn't want to live there if somebody was being inappropriate with me. Hopefully some family member or somebody sees this video and invites her to stay there. But it's unfortunate if it is true that the mom, I mean, if somebody gonna make a video like that, to me, it's like, for me, it's just, I'm a parent, so like, I'm gonna always side with my child, you know. It's I mean, that's wild to make a video accusing your mom's boyfriend of that, and then, you know, just go back on his life as normal under the same roof. It's messy, it's crazy, and yeah, that's what these story times have been like today. I will be back tomorrow. I'm back home the grind. But I'm back talking to y'all, so that's the highlight of my day. Is it in yet? It's signing off. Oh, shout out to my mom. Happy birthday to her today. 61 years young and beautiful. Love, toodles.